Cyprus!
Hill, insane in the membrane. We made it out here to the rental car shuttle. Well, that's the sign, but it's the other side of it. And right as soon as I got to like here, he started driving away because they had already picked somebody up. So now we're just waiting for the next one.
Good morning. We are in Cyprus, right?
Yep. There's an aqueduct over there.
Ooh, that is cool. We went and got new energy drinks. That one's good.
Water.
And water.
And we got in at 2 o'clock in the morning, so we were really tired, so we didn't really say anything else.
Nope. And then we got these thingies. Robert's like, meh. I'm like, they're good. Now we're going where?
I honestly can't remember.
Oh, we're going
Clutch
somewhere.
in this rental car has got 4 minutes left to live, apparently. It's
the brakes are horrendous.
The brakes are horrific. It's a 100,000-mile rental car. It's great. Almost forgot, our glorious piece of junk rental car is in fact the only car that has an apostrophe in the name. Michelle's very excited about that. Neolithic settlement for around 7,000 years ago. And inside, there's some old pottery and stuff. I'm sorry, 7,000 years ago. 9,000 years ago. It was the 7th millennium BC. So if I've got that wrong, somebody tell me, but I'm pretty sure that means 9,000 years ago. Pretty cool. So those were reproductions. And the actual site, it's a bit of a walk up a cliff. So that's cool. I believe this is a few of the buildings, or maybe the wall surrounding the little city that's been excavated. There's a nice diagram here that kind of shows how this all worked. So there's a little stair thing so they could keep their animals out of the village. And then it went up. I'm presuming that's the wall of the stairs. Went up and around, and then the village was all mostly situated up there.
Oh, yeah, of course I do.
It's really hard to capture this because like it probably just looks like piles of rocks. And maybe a little bit you could see like the little huts and stuff, like the outlines of where they were. And then under the canopies, which is even harder to see on video, you could see like the actual mud walls and stuff that they were building. Building here was apparently the largest and most imposing of the entire village. Next stop, which we think is actually probably closed. I looked everything up, but Google Maps says otherwise, so maybe I was wrong on this one. Closed. Here's what we got. Another Neolithic.
I'm enjoying looking at all the plants.
We've moved on from Neolithic to Greek, so this is the harbor of Amathus, I guess. You'll see more. Look how big this cactus is. Shell for scale. Ooge. Ooge. I should give some context. This was like a harbor town 3,000-ish years ago. A lot of it's sunken in the ocean now, but it's pretty cool. This was a temple for Aphrodite that we're standing in, which is the goddess of Cyprus.
Oh yeah, it's pretty
It's a good perspective from up here. It's pretty cool. I think we're gonna try to go get some food next and stop to get a quick lunch. Did on lunch. I sliced my finger open with the butter knife. Good job. I got a Band-Aid. Chell got octopus. She's very excited. I don't remember what mine's called, but it's a beef thing. Chell's out here making friends. There's another one.
Where's the water?
I like to describe the clutch pedal in this car as I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Next stop, we got this old castle of Limsol. Ooh, cat. Cat. Cool mosaic stuff going on. What a castle. Dang, I got tunnel vision. There's a shell over there. We got an old olive oil press. And those are waystones. They used it to crush out the olive oil, I guess. We just made it. We finished at the last castle. And we just made it to Colossi Castle. And Chell and I are having a debate over what this little tiny creature that was pollinating or getting nectar from plants was a moth or a hummingbird. I'm team hummingbird, but she says it was too small, and I said it's a baby. Leave your votes in the comments. You have to walk into the castle. Apparently there used to be a drawbridge here. We think it went to there. But they have a little baby drawbridge nowadays. Look at this tree.
They are loud, I'm feeding morning, evening, how much I can I do. This baby, I feel sorry, this baby.
Hello. Close. Oh. Love that guy right there. He's so big. Oh, hello. You're big.
Alright, so we just got to our hotel. The night is young, so we are going to take this glorious C' D to the shopping mall and go get some McDonald's in Cyprus, because we haven't done that yet, and some groceries and stuff. POV, you tried to take a quick peek inside the Jumbo store to figure out what that was, and you've now been in here for 10 minutes trying to leave as quickly as possible, and there's no exit in sight. Chell and I went back to McDonald's, but this time in Cyprus, and we got a whole laundry list of food to try, so excitement. We also got the cheesecake and the macaroons. The macaroons, Chell.
It's the football stadium.
Funny enough, all the signs say new stadium as if it's going to be brand new forever. But they're going to have to update that at some point. Good morning, everybody. It's a new day. My hair is terrible. We went to the beach. We're at it now. I'm recording this in here because you're not going to be able to hear me out there. We're going to hang out here for a little while, and then we're going to go back to the ancient sites because it's a little early for those, but we figured we'd go to the beach in the morning. It's supposed to be a gloomy day today, so The cats are everywhere. They're everywhere. Look at these little guys. And we got this little guy. We're like 20 seconds away from where we were. We saw this restaurant. There's a bunch of cars, but nobody inside. More beach. Yeah, cats. The sounds are so cool because of the rocks. We've come to some more ruins. The weather has been all of a sudden not so great. Look at these mosaics. That's cool. these were the undergrounds of the old baths. Because the Romans out here were building basements 2,000 years ago. This one's called the House of Gladiators. It was either a house or a training ground, they don't know. It was built 1,800 years ago and destroyed by an earthquake 1,700 years ago. And then excavated relatively recently in comparison. Also, talk about a view from the front of your house, though. There's a Mazda. This is the house of Achilles. He's dressed like a girl. This is a draft dodger. Because his mother sent him away so he didn't have to fight in the Trojan War. Which I took as draft dodger. This one, the earthquake house. The earthquake knocked it over, and they found a bunch of skeletons. Everybody found it's a 23-mile-per-hour wind. I guess it's a bit more than that. They have Japanese vending machines here. And they got, like, it's all Japanese. They got, like, the yen coin thing. I got this guy. Chow got this guy. Orange soda and grape soda.
But it talks to you in English.
She does not like it. I like it. Hey, Chow. I think you're gorgeous. Get it? Gorgeous. This one is the Sanctuary of Apollo. It was not on our list of things to do, but I saw it on the Google, as the guy at the rental car place would say, maps. And it was 2 minutes down the road.
Glad we're here.
Yeah, definitely worth the stop, considering we bought a little day pass for all the sites today, because apparently that's something you can do. And so this was free. Definitely worth it. Column. Stop real quick. It's called the Stadium. They used it for sports and chariot racing. Ain't much here, but very cool nonetheless. But I'm not a rule breaker. Sad.
We're at a very authentic Greek restaurant right now.
The little restaurant with the unique eating experience. Very nice. After our dinner excursion, we're going to the archaeological site of Paphos. I think that's how you say it. Had a really good tile guy.
Yeah, because look, that's a cheetah. And that one's a tiger. That looks like a boar. Some leaves. There is still more cool stuff. We noticed there's lights, so you know, maybe the cool stuff will be lit up. I don't know. We only have like a half hour left before we have to leave. Blow my mind, because this one is like outside that little building over there.
for all the other ones. But like, look at how detailed this guy is. Wet now. You're welcome. I got you the cool. All the freaking sea foam in the skies. Hotel, which is allegedly like a 5-star resort, but I'm taking that as more of it's a tourist trap. But look at this guy. They have a gift shop as well as free dinner, so we'll see how that goes. All-rounded diet. I'm gonna go back for vegetables maybe. Y'all got a salad. I might go do that. Morning time. We did some off-roading in the rental car. We're trying to find a hiking trail, but the road to it's closed, so I read the reviews and people said you could park somewhere. We haven't found out where that is yet, but we're gonna go walk over to the beach because that sounds like fun. Parked our car in the Google Maps parking lot. Everybody said it's 4x4 only from this point on. We drove down the road, it was fine, but there's construction, so there was a van blocking the road. So we came back up. But we just saw some other people in a rental car just drive on by like nothing, and they haven't come back up yet, which makes me think maybe the van moved. So I don't know if we're doing it right. But this is our hike, hopefully. Update. We found the Nissan. They're reversing up the road now very slowly. We managed to find a spot to turn around, so I don't know why they didn't, but we made the right move, I guess. This rock is chalk. Looks like we're already out of the really slot canyon-y part. Pretty cool hike though, so far. Despite the logistical hurdles of getting here. Would recommend. The water's super blue too. Just out here in the middle of the forest. There's a frog. Almost out of the canyon now. Kinda getting back to the road walking part. Upper trailhead. Those views are pretty cool. This is the road bit. Apparently, you can drive here and have somebody pick you up and bring you back. We decided not to go back down the canyon because Chell's ankle hurts. So we walked the road. There's a peak too. There's a few more down over there. There's a big one. Big and finished our hike, and then we drove to a nice scenic overlook. And then Chell and I have been snacking on some Cheetos and some chocolate-covered raisins.
And a gross granola bar.
There's a weird nougat thing. We have a strawberry one too, but I'll show you the chocolate one.
I didn't like it.
Chell didn't like it. I thought it was pretty okay. This one's like half empty.
It looks like it got melted and squished.
The historic site is right by that beach over there. This is a basilica, apparently. You can scan that to explore, I suppose. Yeah. We'll be back with updates and cool stuff. Basilica B, and it had a little hostel in it at some point, which is cool. Yep, that's that. The first one was way better preserved, but still cool. And an old abandoned hotel. The little like water duct systems are always super interesting to me. Don't know if this one is supposed to be a drain or a fountain. Kind of looks like it's a drain because it's pitched like that. Up is a shipwreck. We have no idea if it's cool or not yet, so let's see. Bumpy drive. We've made it to the waterfall park, theme park thing. This amphitheater that they have here at the falls thing feels like a low effort reproduction of what an amphitheater is supposed to look like. So this was the most expensive thing we've done so far. Everything's been like between $2 and $5 per person for all these archaeological sites. And this guy was 10 per person because it's not run through like the government. So far, not impressed. Look at her go, guys. She's creating. This is the worst gym I've ever seen. And the second waterfall for the most expensive place we've been to. Yeah, there's also tons of statues everywhere that have penises in it. Total tourist trap place. I've done pretty good at picking places to go. This was my one mistake, apparently, so far. Look at all the ancient statues from 2006. Crazy. So we went and got KFC because it's the only thing that's reasonably quick. It was good. Arguably one of the best value meals we've had on this trip. Now we're at Tombs of the Kings, it's an archaeological site. It was a brisk 200-meter drive from the KFC, so enjoy. This is Tomb 1. The Tomb of Kings. There was never actually kings here. It was just wealthy people that got buried here. No royalty or any of that nonsense.
After reaching there, you will see on the left side the well, and next to it a stepped dromos. Dromos is the term for the stone staircase that leads into the interior of the tomb. This is a tomb with atrium and a peristyle of Dorian style. However, you will comprehend better the Dorian architectural style when you visit tombs 3 and 4. diary of excavations. Neither did he mark the site of origin of each object.
That presents Tomb 3. More to be seen soon.
Tomb number 3. Search to find the entrance of this tomb. You will realise that it is not distinct. The reason is the precaution of their tombs and offerings from the tomb raiders. Stop, however, above them to admire the burial architecture. This tomb is of Dorian style, that is to say the most ancient codified style of Greek architecture. Tomb number 4. Coming out from tomb number 3, we see right next to it a second tomb with atrium, an Dorian peristyle. The tomb number 4. This tomb is accessible through a step dromos with 13 steps. The step dromos was partly covered with stone slabs. Enter into the tomb. Right opposite the dromos lays the burial chamber, with niches for simple burials, which communicates with the eastern portico. This atrium is surrounded by 12 pillars instead of columns. You can enter into the interior of this tomb as well through the monumental step dromos. The dromos leads to an arch-shaped entrance. As you advance from the covered part of dromos and going round, you see the portico, which is extended on all 4 sides of the tomb. A cypress is to be seen on the north section of dromos, indicating the burial niche. Opposite the dromos, that is on the southern part, lies the ritual chamber, where the burial customs were held. Tomb number 6. This dromos is very impressive. It is the longest ever excavated in Cyprus, and the majority of the tomb, approximately 20 metres, is covered by a vault. Once you enter through the dromos, you are led to the interior of the tomb, and on your left-hand side you will see the well, which is accessible through a staircase with 9 steps. Opposite the well you see 2 niches carved out of the rock, and underneath the offering table, where milk, honey, water and wine were offered to the dead. Fruit and food were also offered. In certain cases, residues of ashes were discovered, which led the archaeologists to the conclusion that there were also ritual fires, where eggs and birds, among others, were offered to the dead. This tomb is very well preserved, and you can also see the remains of plaster. The Dorian entablature, metopes and triglyphs are well preserved too. On the sides of the dromos were hewn out various niches and ossuaries. The latter were necessary to keep the bones, when tombs were reused. This tomb is different from the other tombs. In the middle, instead of an atrium, there is a rock, surrounded by a corridor, and the burial niches are organised around it. 2 pillars carved out of the rock support the Dorian entablature, the metopes and triglyphs. In the void that exists between the pillars and the epistyle, there must have been capitals to support it. In front of this burial niche, architectural fragments were discovered that fell apart, and 2 limestone statues of birds, most probably of 2 eagles, that caused great interest and further study for the archaeologists. Eventually, these statues, which are kept in the Archaeological Museum of Paphos, constitute the royal emblem of Ptolemies. Due to this discovery, it is thought that in this tomb, the body of a king of the dynasty of Ptolemies who died in Cyprus is interred. If this is true, then according to historical and archaeological evidence, this was probably the site of burial of Ptolemy, the brother of Cleopatra VI.
They didn't even give this one a fun little informative thing. Free dinner be looking way better tonight. We got like Asian and Tex-Mex stuff going on. Not really authentic, but you know, free. On our longest drive of the entire trip so far, which is an hour, because I don't know if you realize this, because there's no way for you to realize this, but everything that we've done, the longest drive has been like 25 minutes.
Good morning, everybody.
I know I said words about driving. Chel's got more of them for you right now. If you'll notice, we're in a completely different car.
It's a Nissan Note, which is comparable to the Nissan Versa. Oh jeez. This car has how many miles?
120,000, 186,000 kilometers. So, but, and this is really important and a good indicator as to why we have it. The clutch functions. We made it out of the hotel with the last car. We drove, I don't know, 500 feet, and the clutch slip was
Horrific.
It was so bad. You'd hit the gas and it would just shoot to like 2,000 RPM higher than it should be, and it just sit there. Like it was a freaking CVT. Getting on the highway, it was just, bah, just slipping away the entire way, and I was like, we can't drive this in the mountains. We'll die. It's a horrible idea. So we went back. It took a while. I don't know, about an hour, but we do have a new car now. So our plans are a bit delayed. We may end up missing something, but that's okay, because I'll just make Chell hike faster. There's an Integra over there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, this car, the clutch functions like normal. It's a total pile of garbage. It's objectively a way worse car, but it functions as a car, which is very important for driving your car.
Nope.
Just give him a piece and then give him a piece.
Okay.
Oh my
So
goodness,
cute, right?
these cats. These freaking cats. Also, peep the new rental. It's kind of terrible, but it works.
Here we go. Here we go. One more time. He's so excited. Ready?
Mm-hmm. We're doing a waterfall hike, and we're hoping that it's not a repeat of yesterday's waterfalls that were expensive tourist trap that wasn't very good. Wish us luck. I'd just like to point out that this landscape is so dramatically different. And this was like an hour drive from that hotel, or like 45 minutes from Aphrodite's Rock. We're now 4,000 feet above sea level in pine trees in the middle of the forest. It's kind of wild. Isn't even the waterfall is better than yesterday. We've driven nearly to the summit of Mount Olympus. There's a military installation on the top, as you could probably see. This is just a short little bit here, and you can get within 10 vertical feet of the summit without trespassing on a military base. So hopefully there's some really good views. If not, we'll stop and get them on the way back down, because there's definitely been some good ones on the way up. And yeah, we're currently at 6,000 something feet, which is pretty crazy. This is our view from the summit ski lift. Yes, there's a ski lift in Cyprus, and they do ski here. No, unfortunately, we can't go right now. It's more of a January thing. But look at all these mountains in the background. You got like that desert landscape. You got the ocean over there. You got the lift pole. You got the Chell. You got the military base. Down to Cyprus! Yeah, Mount Olympus! We did it! Such a hard hike! We walked 0.2 miles. 6354 feet. I don't know what the actual summit is. I'm going to see if I can get a couple more feet of elevation, but I call it close enough. After a very long hike, we've returned to our car, victorious summiters of Olympus. Huzzah! Except we didn't really make it to the summit because there's a military base up there, and I don't feel like getting shot and attacked by dogs at the same time. But close enough. I think I'll look up the actual elevation, but I think we were less than 50 feet away from the true summit. Nice look off, according to Chell. I'm very excited to go look off of it. I have one of these guys here at this. But it works so well that in that little town down there, off in the distance, it zoomed in so far that you could make out the individual makes of cars driving down the road. It's absolutely insane.
You can even see the waves.
And it's just here in the middle of the forest in Cyprus, on the side of the road with no signage pointing to it whatsoever. We just found some botanical gardens on our drive. Not much in the way of cool plants here, but at least they got a good view. It says no photos inside, but this is the old monastery. Upon leaving the monastery, we visited the Cafe Neon. I know I'm saying that wrong, but that's what I'm saying. And Jill got a frappe, which is just coffee with ice in it. She likes it though, and it was cheap. €2. Oh, this reservoir on the side of the road. So we stopped to take some pictures. And we found that the view back the way we came was also pretty cool. Just noticed the tires on our rental car. We got the Langator comforts on the front, and then we got the Changshan Sport Cat on the back. They like their cats here. A performance car. Reminds me of my old car. Apparently you could just drive on the dam. Like, it's totally cool. There was just a turnoff like 50 feet ahead. That's hilarious. I love that. Update on the dam driving. Check out this damn view. Damn.
So we are going to our next place.
It's some rural museum thing.
Yeah, and there is a truck with a tank.
And then some G-Wagons with National Guard plates.
Yep.
We've arrived in a little historic rural village town museum thing.
I'll make the sound. Ready?
This village is approximately 500 years old. Only one person lives here now, though.
There used to be like 200.
250.
Oh.
A little traditional Christmas market thing going on, and it's only on Saturdays, Sundays. So sad. We're gonna go to the little restaurant here because this is probably our best bet at tasty, authentic food. Pork chops and lamb chops and salads galore. Look at Challen, look at the ceiling, then look at the floor. They got the watermelon bits too. These are weirdly hard. They don't squish. It's very strange.
Robert's out here just zooming.
Well, we got a historic site that we might not make it to, so we gotta.
Oh gosh!
Gotta drive hard, buddy. The Celestial Planetarium Restaurant. Crossing into the Turkish side of Cyprus. Things that you can't find on the internet for some reason. One, you need to buy secondary car insurance. You do this at the border. It costs $20 for 3 days, $25 for a month, or euros. Two, everything's really confusing. Your phone won't work. 3, our hotel says you can check in at 6 p.m. There's no one there, so now your phone doesn't work, so you just wait for some lady to come down the stairs and she graciously calls them for you. It's amazing. And then 4, we think we're in the correct parking garage, but also look at this. For some reason there's just a Can-Am side-by-side in this parking garage. No idea why. The lights in here suck. And there's a chimney over there. Look at that. We're gonna go to our room and hopefully actually make it in. Love it. KFC Nick would love this pizza. So here's why we went and got pizza last night. Turns out when you cross the border, your SIM card doesn't work. And we couldn't figure out what the guy said for Wi-Fi at the hotel. We had no way of asking him again because we had to like use some random lady's phone to call and check in because they weren't here, even though they said they'd be here at 6 o'clock. So we got on the Wi-Fi at the pizza place, sent that guy a message. He sent us back the Wi-Fi password, and then we said, well, heck, well, let's just get a pizza while we're here. And then we came back to the room and had Wi-Fi that works. So now we're gonna go the whole day without working cell phones, but that should be okay. Very good. It looks cool out there. That building is deep.
Good morning.
Oh, Speed Man.
It's really cool. They have like a Turkish flag painted on.
Side of the mountain.
Yeah.
They did the like Utah thing where you put everything on the side of the mountain. They did it way harder.
Yeah. Utah, you need to step up, man.
Let's see that new beehive flag somewhere. Somewhere up in those mountains is a little castle that you can hike to. But the road to get there is terrible, and we don't have cell service. So normally I would just say, screw it. It's fine. Rental car can do it. But if something does happen, we're actually stuck here because we can't call anybody. So we decided against that. But the view of the city from over here is really cool. So we're going to walk up on some rocks and get a good video. We decided to go up to one of the castles, but there's a like Turkish military base on the way. And we parked and talked to one of the guys, and he was like, oh yeah, we opened the gate in like 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, okay, can we wait here? And he goes, no. I was like, okay. So then we were about to go, and then he's like pointed to the other side of the parking lot, like as far away as you could possibly get from the military base, and he goes, you can wait there. I was like, okay. So we're waiting here for 10 minutes. Look at this castle. This is annoying. Online, it said 8. The guy at the military post said 8. We were allowed to drive up the road at 8, but apparently the castle doesn't open till 9. Somebody should have told this medieval dude that built this place to put an elevator in. It's a lot of stairs. Turkish military going for a run. We love the stairs before, but like, it's actually kind of crazy how many stairs there are. On a day's work for chill. In the watchtower now. We're in the kitchen and or cistern maybe because there's a sign there. We've made it into the watchtower on top of the mountain now. Very cool. Don't know what we're supposed to watch for, but look at that. It's like a middle-aged commoner and soldier, and then we've got the kitchen. She's chopping up some onions to make a stew for dinner for us. So we'll stop on the castle tour. Panoramic viewpoint right at the entrance. Very cool. I don't know how to say the name of this place, but it's an abbey, and it looks pretty cool. This building was built approximately 800 years ago, between 1198 and 1205, by monks who landed here in 1189. They might need a little renovation here. We're on the roof now. Just looking at the parking lot because there's a cat out there. Oh, he's gone. After a bit of an annoying drive and an annoying parking situation and passport control and such, we're back on the Greek side, or Cyprus side, and we're going to the Cyprus Museum.
Are the so-called Syrian wheel-made and red lustrous wares. These were originally regarded to be imports, but clay analysis shows they were also manufactured in Cyprus. In the exhibition cases to your right as you enter the room, you will see Minoan and Mycenaean pottery, mainly dating to the 14th century BC. These objects suggest that trade with Greece and Crete was thriving in the late Bronze Age. Excavated by the Swedish Cyprus expedition under the direction of Professor Einar Gjerstad. The Swedish team conducted excavation. The statue was accidentally discovered in 1928. It's made of copper. Cyprus was a very important source of copper in antiquity. After all, it was from Cyprus that copper took its name. May be seen in the island's languages and scripts, which also throw light on many social and political aspects of life. The first formal writing on Cyprus was practiced in the late Bronze Age.
We're walking back, sorry, we went to Lerda Street? I don't remember the name. And we're gonna walk back through to get some food. Are you a friend or enemy? Still got a can of water. Yeah, Turkish coffee. We had some more time to kill, so we decided to go to the mall. This is the mall, and this is the chow. Last day in Cyprus. We're going to the beach. There's the Larnaca medieval fort. We decided to go to an archaeological site instead of visiting there, which, I don't know, that would have been cool, but I've really been enjoying these old archaeological sites more than the medieval stuff. What if we drank Lewis Hamilton edition Monster on the beach next to the medieval fort together, Chell? Very last historic site, archaeological site, whatever you want to call them, that we're going to visit. This one's a bit different than the ones that we've visited. Most of it's not unearthed, and the bits that have been are very fenced off, and they don't want you touching them because I guess they're still, it seems like they're still working on excavating and finding more. But this city is from the 8th and 1st century BC, so, you know, 21 to 2800 years ago, give or take a bit.
Where's the information?
This was a Bronze Age workshop from the 12th to 7th century BC. This is the royal palace. You can pause on that if you want to learn all about it. This is the residences. And a pretty mediocre video. Sorry about that. This is where the guard tower was. They found weapon fragments like arrowheads and stuff. Pretty cool.
It was suggested that there's a second level.
This was the main entryway gate. There was a road. You could see the ducting for water to run into their cistern. And then this fortification wall here is kind of collapsed and crumbled down a bit, but it was 21 feet thick initially, so they weren't really messing around with their defenses. The olive oil mill, where they, made olive oil. So you have your wall, a wooden stick. This is your olive oil pulp from that room over there. You add weights to the ends of it to crush, which are those guys right there. And as it crushed the olive oil, or the olive pulp, the juice would spill out through there and get caught into a little vessel that they would take for olive oil use. I love how they were creating olive oil like thousands of years ago.
It's great.
It's really a staple. And then we've got some more stuff that I don't know what it is over here, but ruins are always cool. Look at all of them. Look at all of them. This was the sanctuary of Athena. They say very little is visible today. It was excavated in 1928. It's where they found the tablet that allowed them to translate the Cypriot alphabet into the Greek alphabet and actually unfold what the language was, because bronze tablet that was two-sided, and it was just like a contract for a farmer from like the royal palace to bring something or do something. I can't remember what exactly it was, but yeah, it was two-sided. One side was Greek, one side was in Cypriot. And that's how they uncovered the language. There's still one language that hasn't been uncovered yet. We learned that at the museum yesterday. Yeah, not seeing much here, but it's still pretty cool. Good overlook of all the cities and stuff. And there's your settlement. Don't think that's period correct. Probably from the 20s when the Swedish were here excavating. Pretty cool. Cool place. Wish we had a little bit longer to spend here, but we're gonna head back, get to the airport now. Olives straight from the tree. Very excited.
All right, correction. These are figs. It's actually really good. I'm gonna have Robert try one in a minute.
I will.
Let me see.
I don't like it very much. Kind of feels like I'm eating grass. We're at the airport now. Very sad. But